Morning, everyone. I'm James Blackwell's JB Commercial Finance. I want to talk about something I don't often talk about on this channel or in any other various formats, and that's development finance. So often you'll hear me talk about finance for businesses, finance for business owners, sometimes bridging lending, but development finance is a bit different. Development finance is the ability to raise money against a project. So if you're looking to buy land, and sometimes it is a conversion as well, so if you can buy an old building and convert it, that can count as development finance or refurb finance or bridging finance, depending on what the lender wants to call it. But pure development finance is buying an asset, a bit of land or an old building, and then building something completely different. So you get planning permission to build a certain amount of units. It can be houses, it can be flats, it can be a commercial unit, it can be a mixture, mixed use. It doesn't matter. There's various ways of doing it. As long as you've got planning permission for it, then it's probably going to fall into the development finance bracket. And the way it would normally work is that you borrow money against the land for a purchase or to get the work started if you own the land already and you obtain planning on it. And then you would borrow money as you go along at various steps to pay your builder or to pay your own guys if you're doing it yourself. So if, for instance, you're buying the land, you might need 50% of the purchase price of the land to fulfill that. Then you may need some money to do footings on the property. You may need some money then to put the walls up and then the roof on and the finishings, etc. Depending on how the deal is structured, depends when you would borrow the money. Now, the good things about this are you're only borrowing money when you actually need it, so you're paying less interest than you would on, for instance, a bridging loan, where you borrow generally the money up front for the whole thing, and you pay interest the whole time whether you're using the money or not. With development finance, you're only actually paying for the money you borrow. So if you only borrow the last bit of money for a couple of months to finish the project off before you sell it, then you're only paying net interest for a couple of months, which is beneficial. The other good thing about this kind of finance at the moment is one, it has a reputation for maybe being slightly expensive because you pay it on a monthly back rate, generally speaking. Actually, at the moment, because interest rates have gone up dramatically in the last few months, it's not as expensive as you think. And the reason behind that is if you're borrowing money on, let's just say, a fixed rate for 5 years or a 5 year commitment on a commercial mortgage, then a lender has to take consideration into where interest rates are going to be over the next 5 years when they pitch their rate to you. And that's absolutely understandable. Well, with this kind of finance, because it is short term finance, and the same applies with bridging as well, there's not that consideration. So any kind of interest rate is based on it being repaid in 6, 9, 12, 18 months, whatever the period of time is for the development. And that's not, we know with reasonable certainty what base rate is going to be like over that period of time. So lenders get their lending in place, they know how much they need to make on their margin to actually make it work. So it's reasonably competitive at this moment in time. Yes, for brand new projects with brand new developers, it can be a little bit of a challenge. But if you've got a bit of experience or you've been in the field for a while and you're looking for a project that's worked out, is calculated, and you've got planning in place, then now's as good a time as any to actually look at this particular kind of project, as long as you know you can make money on it and the numbers stack up. So if you want to talk about that a little bit more, please do get in touch with myself for an obligation chat to see if there's any way I can help you. It's James at JB Commercial Finance. Details will be below, and I appreciate any likes, comments, and shares. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.